The theme for today is there is no good governance in Africa. When you move around Africa, either east, west, north, south, there are normally two versions concerning African governance. One, there is a version that Africa is poor because it is poorly governed. Two, there is a version that Africa is well governed. I therefore hold the view that Africa is poorly governed. That's why we still have diseases, poverty, ignorance, lack of democracy, lack of rule of law, poor participation of people, lack of freedom of expression. You can mention many. Governance normally is the lifestyle on how the country is governed, both politically and economically. Therefore, if you are to define the style of governance in Africa, you can't even get it, because there is conspiracy, there is hypocrisy, full of lies, but all intended to blackmail the donors, the developed countries, that Africa is on the right track. But practically, it's not the case. Let's go through the components of good governance. Then we draw the rightful conclusion or definitions. Look at the democracy. In Africa, democracy is just determined by the leaders, not by the people. Democracy we have is just ceremonial. It is a cover. It is not for the people ourselves. Because initially democracy is where people are free to express their ideas, to participate freely, and determine their will. But in most of the country, even most of African countries, if not all, people are forced to either elect their leaders or determine the will on the interests of their leaders, like referendum, like any policy they want. It is imposed on us unwillingly. So you can't claim that democracy is here in Africa. There is no democracy, whether you want it or not. Number two, participation. Look at participation. People are supposed to participate either in planning, either in elections, either in implementation of their programs, either in determining their own priorities for their own interests. But here in Africa, if not all in African countries, planning is done by government. In most countries, even it's no longer even the government. It is the leader, the president of that country, who decides the priorities of the people. But all rotates around poor politics. This is the backbone of everything. Where there is good politics, then everything is clear. It is for the people. But in this case, Africa, that has its own politics, which serve the interest of the leaders, but not for the people. You will agree with me that in our areas, respective villages, we get services which we don't know where they're coming from. In the morning, you wake up, you see a road. Where has the road come from? You see a borehole. Where is it coming from? We don't know. Neither we are consulted at the beginning, even in implementation. That's why our projects, our outputs don't last for long, because we don't own them. We don't sustain them. We are not consulted. It's for government. So who cares? This is the Africa. This is the style of governance in Africa. 3, look at elections. Because good governance, you cannot isolate elections from good governance. Elections in Africa are won before campaigns. It's just ceremonial. It's just a format. But the leader is known. The leaders who are supposed to win are known. Even in some countries, it's a different story. You find that leaders declare themselves even before campaigns. They say it's just a formality. Publicly. That's why we still have leaders who have led their countries for 40 years and above. They are here. In West Africa, you can get in East Africa. We are about to reach there. So, do you think these leaders are loved? No, that's a lie. It's a lie. The elections are rigged. Even if God comes back, oh Jesus, I don't think he can get 90 votes, percent, because they are Muslims who may not love him. But in Africa, they are not even ashamed. You hear someone has got 98%. My God, Africa. So it's a format, but my worry is, why do we waste a lot of money on elections? Why can't we declare you we say no elections? Why do we have to go all that process when we know there is no change? But this is intended to please America, to please China, to please England, to please all these small countries, Japan and South Korea, and so that they can give us aid, because we are beggars. We are like that. That's the fate of Africa. So it is nothing than blackmail. Just please World Bank, please IMF, that there is elections, periodic elections, when actually it's not there. It's not people's will. It's not. That's not the case. So please give your money to these people on other criteria, not elections, not democracy, not participation of the people. Even people themselves, they are not even interested in your money. We are not beggars. We are forced. These ones, they sign those papers without our position. Otherwise, all Africans don't like, we don't like to be beggars. But these leaders, of course, that's where they get this luxury life and these expensive executive cars on the money they get as a loan and funding their dubious activities, guns and whatnot. So three, you look at the 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 the, the, the financial capacity, independence of these countries, of African countries, is aid entirely. Aid entirely. And where do they use the aid? It's just to do those dirty games, elections, democracy, all those games they play around, they use that money. So that's why Africa cannot be independent financially. It can't. Because these games takes a lot of money. You need to have money to bribe the voters. You need to have money to 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 to, to bribe the whole system, either electoral commission officials, either and other, even the opposition leaders we have here. They are also corrupt like these leaders we have. They are also given money. Some they withdraw their candidature before elections. They are bribed. So where do they get the money? From the foreign aid. So anybody who claims that Africa is well governed maybe is dreaming. That is impossible. That's why these policies like decentralization policy, which is initially good for the people to participate and get empowered. But why is it not fulfilling its objectives? Because of these selfish interests of the leaders. They can't empower decentralization structures. They can't. They can't finance it because they know when people are empowered, then they get out of their control. They can't be controlled and manipulated. That's why all the services are still centralized so that they can easily monitor and control everything. If you think I'm lying, go to your district or your sub-county, apply for a passport and get it. You go there or go there and get a visa. If it is decentralized, if it is a matter of extending services, then those services must be at the district level. Go there and get it. If you think. And why? They know. They know if we are empowered, ideally, and by determining our own decisions at a district level, at planning level, implementation, then they cannot manipulate us. So forget about decentralization policy. It will never realize her potential. It cannot. It cannot. Trust me. You can cross-check in your countries and tell me. Except in Ghana, you can see something, and Ethiopia. These two countries, their decentralization policy is a bit unique and strong. But in other countries, I don't think. Even we are not near, and I don't have hopes. So we still have a long way to go if Africa is to be governed properly. Finally, it is therefore our duty as Africans to create and develop a new crop of leaders who can make Africa properly governed and managed. And therefore, we eliminate all these obstacles, diseases, poverty, rampant ignorance, and and AIDS, because it's a virus. It has affected this continent for a long time. But I hope in the future we shall get new leaders if we work together to educate the public where we are, and then we can get new crop of leaders who can defend and develop this continent. Thank you very much. May God bless you.